Laser swords will show heroes' heart aglow. Galactic Ronin fights, slashing through the night. Armor shining bright in the cosmic light.
7 a.m. or 7 p.m.?
Ancient coat upheld, legends long retold.
7 a.m. UTC.
Battles fierce and bold, destiny unfolds.
Are you kidding me?
Cyborg steel
I just went live.
through the stars they buy.
Servers are going down in 2 minutes.
Wow.
Warriors will ride. Across the starlit
This is an international server.
echo of battle cry.
I don't know when a good time is for them to go down, but I don't think 3 p.m. in the afternoon. I mean, yeah, it's a Tuesday, it's a school day, but 3 p.m. in the afternoon still seems like a bad time to go down for maintenance for an online game. Shortest stream ever.
Lights flash beyond blue, stars race like we do.
We're gonna go ahead and jump on. See what it looks like. Nope. Server's already gone. Server's already down. I can't even jump in. Yeah. Now I'm assuming that the game, that my servers it was up and just went down, but it's entirely possible. It's entirely possible that G Portal was already down. They crash all the time. They crashed at least 3 times yesterday while I was trying to stream. So it wouldn't be surprising to me at all if they were just already down because they crashed again. Yeah, playing Dune, but I'm playing on a private server, G Portal, and they crash all the time. It's not the game, it's them. If you go and you look at the other private servers, well, I mean, now the game is down, so they're down too.
Sorry, she just bahala. Nani?
She's fine.
She's bahala. Sit. Now lay down because she don't have space.
Yeah, because you won't give her space. You love money more.
I love money more.
Yeah.
Everyone know that.
Yeah. I don't know. I was going to stream.
Huh?
I was going to stream.
Not a good time.
Apparently not a good time, yeah. And you dropped your money.
Three. It's not 4. I said wrong time.
Yeah, it's 3 p.m. Downtime expected to last 2 hours. Yeah, 3 p.m., which, like, in Megwo, this would be 1 a.m. 1 or 2 a.m., depending on daylight savings time. No, midnight or 1 a.m. depending on daylight savings time.
Damn it. What's going on?
No, when is daylight savings time? We're normally 13 hours, now we're 14 hours. So yeah, 1 or 2 a.m. What's wrong? Your keyboard's not working? Just that key?
No, sounds also too.
Is it the right keyboard setting?
It's right.
Buppa muffa?
No, Changji.
Fancy? So you don't
Can I
use
go back? Can I go back? Shit.
you don't use buppa muffa?
No, I don't use Pokemon.
Okay. That's all they taught me when I was learning Chinese.
I know.
Pinyin and buppa muffa. But doesn't Chauncey like pinyin?
No, not pinning. No, not pinning. Please. No. Oh, shit. If Samsung could do this to me.
Who?
This is Samsung. The things is not. It was all okay. Just cannot go back. What's wrong, please? You see, I can push this. Can I push this?
Can't see it.
Even Purple Mobile can't. What?
The
I told you
backspace?
for the ending.
The backspace?
Yes.
Okay, I erased everything, but I don't know.
And did you feel the cell phone is very hot?
Mhm.
Put it in charge. The first charge. Fast.
Yeah, it's not responsive at first, but then
Yeah, but it was okay. Just until now, I don't know why.
yeah, something's wrong.
And this tab and the purple morpho is all for Samsung. It's for the Hong Kong.
I don't know. You want to take it into the shop?
If Samsung keep doing this, I just say that they are very bad.
You want to get him something else?
Oh, I don't want to spend money for this. Okay. Oh, I cannot push the O. Damn it. O is EO. They can tap. I need push harder.
Is the case? This is the new case, right?
But the case doesn't affect here.
Is it's not pressing on the sides at all?
No.
Okay.
And just today, I already used it almost a week. I don't think it's the case of problem.
So you think it's overheating?
If it is overheating.
So is there anything running in the background that shouldn't be?
No. Just use the case. Nothing.
No, anything running, any apps running. It's the only thing.
time I buy a new cell phone, it's like this. Just not good for me to buy a new cell phone. I just use it on someone old cell phone. It's fine. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I'm sorry. It does feel warm though.
Very warm. I don't know why. When I take it from there, the charge, the first
Oh
charge.
yeah. That's an older charger.
Huh.
It's an older charger, so it will get hot.
But even not 100% yet. Not fast. Not really so fast.
Oh, I never charge 100%. Mine stops at 80%. So that could be part of your problem. You might want to turn on the safety. I'm sorry, babe. I think I'm going to stop the stream now. I don't think people want to see us talking about your phone. Oh, cat meow. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, there's not really much of a stream today because the servers just went down for a 2-hour update. So me and my wife are just kind of talking about her phone problem. She can't type. I don't know. Somebody just joined right as I was going to stop.
Yeah, and they can send me the message. Samsung said, you should buy a new phone.
Samsung just sent you a message?
Yeah, the kid told me you can come here by the S25, like a lot of things. I just ignored them.
I like my Z Fold 6. I don't think I'll get another Z Fold though. Is it upgraded yet? The game? The game is not updated yet. The update should drop in the next hour or so. And the server should be back up within the next couple of hours. Turn on the audio so I can hear the alerts. Yeah, guitarist, trumpetist, saxophone, piano, drums. My son is learning guitar now. We're hoping our daughter is going to pick up some sort of instrument, but we don't know yet. She's only 12. Xgrins, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Wasn't expecting this much interaction with viewers while waiting for servers to.
I think a lot of people waiting for servers. So
Yeah.
They're just talking. Yeah, that sucks. The game keep crash.
That's just my timing. When I logged in this morning, I saw that they had an update scheduled, and it was closer to 7 a.m. then, so I thought it was listing our time, but they weren't. So 7 a.m. for them is 3 p.m. for us. So when I logged in just now,
Time?
no, 7 a.m. UTC time. That's the global reset time. You're fascinated by the setup? Yeah, this setup was a long time coming. So, yeah, my main screen, my gaming screen, my OBS screen. I've got a teleprompter with my startup camera. So when I'm in the stream start, I'm talking to the camera here. I can read chat from both Twitch and from YouTube. And then when I'm in the actual game window, whichever game I'm playing, so I'm using window capture for this because it seems to run better than if I use display capture. I've got the OBSBOT for watching me while I play. It's got motion tracking, so it follows me as I'm doing whatever, because depending on the type of game I'm playing, I might move around a lot because I'm kind of OCD. So I really immerse myself in games, and if I am dodging in the game, I'm dodging in real life. But yeah. And then because I do play on 32x9, depending on the game, I'll have different types of views. So I have a 32x9 switcher that will, every about 60 seconds or so, it'll show you the 32x9 view of the game, even though I'm streaming in 16x9. And that way people can see some of the UI elements that they may be missing. Like for some games, I won't have that on at all because all of the UI will appear in the center like it does now. But for games like Dune Awakening, a lot of the stuff appears in the center, perfect for 16x9. But when you're actually in the game, like the some of the map elements, some of the other guidances actually appear at the far ends of the screen, and so you don't see them all the time. So as far as music is concerned, it's more of a tick. So, you know, I have slight autism, and when I struggle to focus, when I struggle to reconcile any sort of problem or task, I will start to keep myself busy something else. Usually something with muscle memory. So I'll start to play a song, or I'll start to go through chords and various other repetitive tasks, and they help me kind of recenter myself and get back on task. Yeah, my wife is very familiar with my process. She's at home today working from the home office. And then this other stuff is for like film editing. So I've got a audio spectrum analyzer that allows me to balance our audio for video editing more easily. I've got a controller or a keyboard for just about every task. Got a Kemper in that setup. Kemper brand or Kemper? I'm not sure what you're talking about by Kemper. Nah, don't let people make fun of you for real life dodging. That just shows how much you are enjoying or getting into the game, and there is nothing wrong with that. I love immersing myself in the things that I do. Oh, digital guitar. No, not yet. I've got the. So if I'm not playing acoustically, I've got a interface. Well, I've got my Rode X Streamer that allows me to connect to the computer, but I don't have otherwise any other amp. Now, this guitar came with me from the United States, so it was one of the few things that made the crossing from from there to Taiwan. And even then, I didn't have a digital amp. I had a lot of old school audio equipment that I do miss. But most of that stuff I inherited. I really didn't. I couldn't tell you what the brands or the model numbers. Well, I could tell you the brands, but I couldn't tell you the model numbers. Just that I'd grown up using them since I was a kid. Yeah, I'm in Taiwan. Came here for work. Met a girl, got married, settled down, started a family, and when my work here was done, they wanted to bring my role back to the U.S. I wasn't ready to leave, so I kind of retired here a couple of years ago. And now YouTube and Twitch are kind of my full-time hobby. We probably will move back to the U.S. eventually, but it just doesn't seem like the right time right now, if you know what I mean. Yeah, we try to avoid talking about China too much on this channel. Being this close to the source, it's more delicate than when we can talk about it abroad. Fascio, for sure. Yeah, but a lot of interesting things are going on here in Taiwan now. They're opening up a little bit more with their progressive stance. More and more companies are coming to Taiwan now. It started in China, but now we've got companies coming here from the U.S. as well, for their own crazy reasons that I still don't. Yeah. It'd be nice to talk about one of our home countries without having to feel like it's getting political. But yeah, I might have a new job opportunity in my original field, engineering, if this continues. Because that was the challenge a couple of years ago. When I left my role, the company I worked for before was Dell Alienware. And when they were retiring my role here and bringing it back to the U.S., I left with the full intention of just getting another engineering job here. Which, as a foreigner in engineering, that's like one of the cutting edge roles. That's a very much in demand market, but it's different now, and I wasn't expecting the kind of competition that I was facing with so many other engineers recently out of work for various reasons. My biggest competition is coming out of India. There's so many people there that are in the region and are desperate for work that it's almost impossible for someone of my status to really find a home, especially with a company that's that need somebody with my level expertise, because not to toot my own horn, I'm probably in the top. Last time I checked, I was about the top 8 of my industry, and finding somebody who needs that level of skill and range and are willing to pay for it, that's become the challenge. Right now, everything here is a little bit cheaper, but not by as much as you would think. But yeah, one of my big things when I, living here and then coming home to the U.S. is people would have me buy certain electronics here. Not everything is always cheaper here, but usually you can find really good deals, especially around the right time of the year. So I would always pick up some, either graphics cards, processors, various types of tech products, and bring them home. And you have to be careful what you say. So I wouldn't sell them. I wouldn't resell them. I would purchase them here on the other person's behalf. And to get around the customs issues that you might face, you actually have to open the products before you travel. If they're sealed and closed, then it's a lot harder for you to say that you're not importing them or reselling them. But if they're opened and unsealed, then that's how you get around that. So even here, we'll buy things that we can't buy here and have them sent by friends and family members, and we always have them go through and open everything, unseal every bag or cut open every tape, every seal before they send it, so that it's an opened, not new item when it goes through customs here. And you still have to pay some import fees depending on the type of object, especially if it's got any sort of wireless capability. But other than that, that's how you kind of work around those limitations. But yeah, it's not just that NVIDIA is selling cheaper here. They're coming here. They're setting up their headquarters here. They're moving out of China. And that's a big opportunity. So I've been talking to them about, possibly going to work for them. Yeah. Yeah, honestly, I just want to get a couple more years of engineering work, under my belt. Right now, we're living off of our, my wife does have her own Taiwanese job, so she doesn't make nearly as much as I made. But that's pretty much our only income besides what little I get from, my YouTube videos and stuff like, Twitch. So most of our resources are coming out of my savings, and that's not bad. It's much better here in Taiwan than it is in the U.S. And so we can probably go on, a good 10 years if we wanted to. But there will become, unless something really takes off with what I'm doing now, there will come a time when we have to decide to do something else. But if I can get a couple more years of engineering work out of the way, then that could effectively double our time, or just basically cap off our retirement plan, and then don't have to worry about any other income sources after that. But really, we're just waiting to see what comes around, because the only opportunities I have found are opportunities that would need me to relocate to someplace else. Agoda wanted to hire me, but that would require me to move to Thailand. TikTok wanted to hire me, but that would require me to move to Singapore. Singapore, I could see doing if they paid enough, but they weren't going to pay enough, and they weren't going to pay to move my family. And so that was actually going to be a setback rather than a move forward. And Thailand is a whole other thing to consider. So, we're waiting for something that is more right for us, and preferably something that'll keep us in Taiwan. No, I'm gonna have to update the game anyway. South Korea is a possibility. I have talked to Coupon. They actually have headquarters in the U.S. as well, but they have a strong presence in South Korea, and they are hiring foreigners, or they were hiring foreigners for a while, but nothing has come of that yet either. Nope, the game hasn't updated yet. Actually, Samsung would kind of be a dream job for me too as well. I've been a loyal Samsung faithful for over 20 years now. Back in the US, I had Samsung washers and dryers, I had Samsung TVs, and I've always had a Samsung phone. Here, I still have Samsung phones. We have Samsung TVs all over. Samsung monitor. But my field has always been more in machine learning, in online automation, system engineering optimizations. So I could do a lot of back-end stuff, but mobile has always been its own kind of beast when it comes to that. I love the Koreans. I feel like everything they touch is made with quality, but that's just my perception. No, that's not an unfair perception. It really depends on the Korean company, though. A lot of the Korean stuff still comes out of China, like everything else, at least in part. But yeah, more often than not, especially with their flagship companies, like Samsung is a flagship company, HTC is a flagship company. They tend to put a lot more into their quality assurance and their brand identity than many companies do, and that really reflects on especially their loyal customers, the customers that are more familiar with their products consistently over iterations. Yeah, it's not just their tech products. Living here in Taiwan, we watch a lot of Asian television shows, and Korean dramas, Korean shows tend to rise to the top more often than any other. With everybody else, it's kind of a mixed bag, which one, if it's going to be really good or really bad, but the Korean shows are almost always really good. That being said, they're also kind of formulaic. So there's a lot of things that you see in other markets that you won't see in Korean markets, because they won't go anywhere that's not easily clinically sterilized or moderated. So if it's grounded in like anarchy or chaos, I don't know how to explain this. If it's something that they cannot contain with something structured and controlled, or address, like if the story doesn't revolve around sorting something out with something organized and structured and planned or otherwise executed well, then it's usually not a story that they will want to tell. Yeah, great games, great shows, great music, great entertainers. It's fair. It's fair to say. There's a new beginner tips for Elden Ring Night Rain. Dune won't be up for another minimum hour and a half. Yeah. I started the stream about 2 minutes before the servers went down. And so I was literally just about to sign out when, Kat and you kind of jumped on. And so, since you guys are talking, I kept the stream going. But yeah, I'll probably take a break here in a minute and get ready for what will otherwise be a later stream. Let's see, so it'll come back around 5 p.m. There's no problem with me streaming from then, right? Sure. There's no problem with me streaming 5 to 7 p.m. tonight? Okay. Yeah, so I'll probably be back a little bit later. We'll do it then. I might check out this Night Rain stuff later. I did jump on the game when it first came out, Elden Ring Night Rain, but I didn't know anything about it. I was expecting another expansion similar to Shadow of the Erdtree, and when I realized it wasn't that, my interest diminished significantly. So I've played it a little bit, but not enough to really get into it or to master it. But I do plan to play more at some point. It's just with things like Dune coming out, I have other things I'd rather play than that roguelite that they put out. I love Elden Ring, but I'm a little bit bored with roguelites right now. Okay. So I think that being said, I will take a break, let the servers get themselves sorted out, wait for the game update to come out, and get that to install. Excuse me. But Xgrins and Cat Meow, it's good to meet you guys. Thank you for joining. Thanks for tagging along this little non-stream, I guess. I don't know what to call it. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and call it here, take a break, and then come back at 5 and carry on the stream from there. Anyway, good to meet you guys. You guys be safe.